Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to my hobby blog. Today I'm going to be doing a sort of collection haul video where I'm going to be showing all of the Criterions that I got this month. It was the 50% off sale this month, and I'm very happy to kind of be back doing Criterion sales because it had been about a year since I bought any. I don't even think I bought one last year during the Black Friday sale. That's how long it's been. But aside from that, I'm really excited to show what I got, and kind of the first half of this video will be me re-showing what I've already shown on the channel when I did my first haul, but I'll quickly go through that. That way we can kind of get to know or see what else I got. So just first off, what I got here to show is a movie I've already watched, and I moderately enjoyed it. The more I sit on it, the less I like it. But it is the film Trainspotting. I finally watched it. It was a blind buy for me, and I moderately enjoyed it. I love the music and the performances the most, but everything else about it, I just did not take to it really that much. But I'm happy to have seen it because it's just one of those movies you hear about a lot. And by the time I watched it, I somehow was not spoiled on anything, so everything was a surprise for me. And Ewan McGregor, I thought, was a standout star in the movie. Although I don't really care for the ending, but it's kind of whatever. That's kind of how I feel about the whole movie. That's sort of my short review on that movie. But I also got in the first half of the sale, Peeping Tom. This is going to be a rewatch for me. I'm sorry about the glare, but maybe if I hold it back here, yeah, that's a little better. But this is a rewatch for me. I have seen it on DVD quality, so I'm very excited to finally being able to see what's happening on screen a lot more than I did when I first watched it. And I also got this movie by Sean Baker called Takeout. This is one that I've seen really highly recommended ever since it was announced, so I really wanted to kind of expand out and watch some more Sean Baker because I love his more contemporary films like Tangerine and also the Florida Project. I believe that was the same director. If not, please correct me. But I really love those two films a lot. I wish there were more boutique releases of it. I know Tangerine has a second sight Blu-ray of it, I believe. I need to pick that up, but I haven't seen this one yet, so I decided to branch out a bit with that. But I also picked up this film here from the 50s. One of them is from the 30s. The next one's from the 50s. And this is Floating Reeds, Story of Floating Reeds. This is a Yasujiro Otsu film. Well, both of them are by the same director. And I have not really watched any of his movies yet. So this is one that I knew that I needed to have. So the next one that I got was this double feature set, I believe, called Heroic Trio Executioners. Maybe it's one movie. I think it is just one movie, Heroic Trio Executioners. And it has Michelle Yeoh, Maggie Chung, and Anita Moy. I think that's how you say her last name. But it's directed by Johnny To, so all those names combined convinced me to get this. This is a blind buy as well. I love the artwork of it too. It's very creative and vibrant. So I'm excited to finally watch this. This is a rewatch for me. I did see this when it first came out on Netflix. But this is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I love this movie. I need to rewatch it because it's been a while. But anything Guillermo del Toro does is just a masterpiece in my opinion. Even if I myself am not drawn as much to it as others, but this movie I definitely thought was just one of his best, at least in the last 10 years for sure. But I'm excited to rewatch this and see what else I can get out of it. This is Pinocchio. And then next we have a double feature set, both directed by Todd Browning. The first film is Freaks, and then the other one is The Mystic. So I'm really excited to see these other films because Freaks is one of my favorite films of all time. And the silent era, and it's just really interesting and just unique, especially for the time that it came out. And Todd Browning himself got exiled from Hollywood after making this film because it just shocked audiences when it first came out. So I'm hoping the glare isn't too much. But yeah, I'm really excited to dive back into this. So yeah, that is Todd Browning's double feature. So next one is a blind buy that I got because I've heard really good things about this and I know nothing else about it. This was definitely just saw the cover and I picked it up and I read the back of it a little bit, and then I put it in my stack and I bought it. So this is Anatomy of a Fall. The cover's not the best. I didn't pick it because of the cover. It was definitely because of the description on the back, which I'm not going to reread because I don't want to sort of root in everything about the movie before I can watch it for myself and get my own opinions about it and kind of come out of it with my own interpretations. So this is a recent movie, 2023. So I'm having the hiccups, sorry. So I'm excited to see what this movie's about. A lot of new special features for this, so I may go into that when I eventually watch it, but we shall see. The next one I got because I really hear a lot of great things about this movie, and I know nothing about it. Although I do know that there's a lot of great actors in this who I really want to kind of see on the screen. And this is the film Cooley High from 1975. So I know nothing about it. It must be about basketball, I guess, because he's wearing like a basketball vest on. And it's all about coming of age. So I'm excited for that. I love coming of age stories, and especially one focused around the African American experience in America, because this takes place in 1964, so I feel like I'm going to get some really powerhouse performances and also some really tough scenes. So I'm excited to watch this. I know really nothing about it, but I think the director I've seen other movies by, George Schultz, or Michael Schultz, I mean. So I'll do some research on that and kind of see if I recognize any of his films and if I've seen them. But the next one is another blind buy. I got a lot of blind buys this sale, but this is Drive My Car. This is a really highly regarded Japanese film from 2021. Yep, 2021. And I really wanted to see this in theaters, but it didn't play near me, and I just never got the chance to watch it. So, Drive My Car. I'm excited to see what this is all about. And then the second to last one from the third to last one from the original haul. This one I got just based off the cover and also by the lead performance, who is Michelle Rodriguez. This is Girl Fight. I love that cover. I think that is just so just attention grabbing. I don't know how else to describe it, but I'm really excited to see what this movie is all about. I'm all about boxing movies, so I'm excited to see what this movie has to offer to the genre. So, and I also got this little documentary experimental film called Lynch Oz, which looks at all of the connections to Wizard of Oz within David Lynch films. So I love David Lynch. I don't really care about Wizard of Oz personally, but I love sort of the through line that that movie has in terms of its influence on David Lynch. So I'm really excited to explore this documentary and see what, I can learn from this, because David Lynch is my favorite director. He has so much inspirations that he draws from, and I really want to kind of get to know him more deeply than just, watching his movies. I want to read as much as I can about him and watch as much as I can. So this is Lynch Oz, came out in 2022, so it's a recent one too. I hope they did interview David Lynch in this. There were really no special features on this release, so that's why it's actually $30. It's cheaper than a lot of the Blu-rays that you can get in the Criterion sale. But anyways, The final film that I got in that original haul was this movie by John Woo. I had to remember the name, but this is The Last Hurrah of Chivalry. I'm a big John Woo fan. I love The Killer and Hard Boiled. I haven't really seen any other movies by him. There's an 88 films release of a movie directed by him that I really enjoy, that I forgot the name of, but I think Chow Yun-fat is in that one as well, where he is a soldier and he has to rescue some villagers from American occupation or something like that. And that was just a really effective movie. I loved it. So I'm excited to explore more about John Woo. So to go into the more recent picks that I've gotten this past weekend, actually, on Saturday, I got this film here starring Benedict Cumberbatch, directed by Jane Campion, who I hope I said the name of her right. But this is The Power of the Dog. This was highly, highly regarded when it first came out in 2021. I got a lot of 2021 movies in my haul. That was a really good year for movies, seems like. I know nothing about this movie aside from it's a Western, and I saw some clips online that looked really good. So when I saw that this copy was at the store, which the store I went to was not really stocked at all, stocked well with Criterion, so I kind of had to take what I could get, because I wasn't going to go 40 minutes down the road and go to the other one that usually has a better selection. But I'm excited for this one, curious to see what this is all about. I did get the Blu-ray copy of it, but we'll see how much this affects me. I'm a big fan of Benedict Cumberbatch, so I'm curious to see how his role is in this movie. And then we have a film starring James Earl Jones that struck my attention, and this one's called Claudine. I know nothing about this movie. Most of these movies I don't really know much about, but it says here that it has a really sunny soul soundtrack, so I'm excited for that. I love movies that effectively use music as like a major element in the movies rather than just like a mood kind of thing. I love that this movie is so musically based. That's really all I know about this movie, because it talks about it a lot on the back. But it's from 1974, so it's before Star Wars, which is funny because James Earl Jones, of course, did the voice of Darth Vader. He didn't play him in the suit, but he did voice him. So, very curious about Claudine. The next one is another Western that I got, and it's probably the first movie by Robert Altman that I'm going to see. So that is really exciting. I know a lot of people are big fans of his works. So I'm excited to finally have McCabe and Mrs. Miller. So this came out in 1971. It's my favorite decade. I think I mentioned that on the channel many times, but for any new viewers, that is my favorite decade. So I do try to focus on the 70s, but it stars Warren Beatty and Julie Christie, so I'm excited to see what this is going to be. I love this guy's outfit on the front. Very, just great looking. Really warm looking, too. I would love to have that in the winter if I could, and I did get the 4K of this, so I'm excited to see what the quality is like and just how vibrant the restoration is. Then I got this Blind Buy here, directed by Chen Cage. I think I said that right, or Kaige, because it is Chinese, but this is a movie called Farewell, My Concubine, which I believe Daisuke recommended himself and said it was one of his favorite releases. So I'm excited to see what this one's all about. It came out in 1993. It's about 3 hours long, so it's quite a long movie, so I'll have to turn this on like Sunday afternoon maybe, and just kind of lose myself in this, which is my favorite type of movies to watch. So this is this was the first Chinese film to win the Palme d'Or, which is really interesting because I don't really pay attention to awards like that, but considering this is the first Chinese film to win that, this is definitely piquing my interest, and I'll try to watch it sooner rather than later. So this is Farewell, My Concubine. And then we have this film here that I've heard really many good things about, and I'm trying to watch more noir as well. So this is why I got it. It came out in 1939. It's a pretty short movie at an hour and 46 minutes, but a lot of it could be credits and intros and all of that. But this is the film, The Roaring Twenties. I got the 4K restoration of it, but it has a lot of really good kind of reviews on it, and also special features, so that's what drew my attention. And although the plot doesn't really interest me, I have heard this is one of the best kind of noir films, so I got it. That's really all the reason I needed to get it and watch it. But my stack's about to fall over, so let me adjust it. But this next one I got because this is a movie that has been on my list for many years, and it also stars Denzel Washington. So this is the film Malcolm X. I actually got to attend a lecture by his daughter at UNCG when I was a student there. And it was a really interesting talk where she was talking about her father and talking about, living, under these times of oppression and just exploitation as well, before the Civil Rights Movement. And this is from 1992, so this is quite a few decades after all of this happened, but I'm really curious to see what this movie's all about, because I haven't seen it. This is a new watch for me, but it has Angela Bassett, who's amazing. It has Denzel Washington, as I said already, but a lot of great actors in this, so if anything, I will have a really great time with the performances if I end up not liking the story, which I don't think I will have that issue. I think I'll really enjoy this because this is a really fascinating figure. I have a lot of respect for Malcolm X, and it's also directed by Spike Lee, which I just discovered. So that's going to be really, really effective, I believe, because Spike Lee is one of the best directors, American directors, who's still making movies, still making great movies. So I'm excited to watch this. It has a lot of special features, including a conversation with Martin Scorsese and various other people who I don't really know as well as I should, but I'm excited to watch that. I also got this movie here, and I believe it's a Brazilian movie called Black God, White Devil. I know nothing about this, but I love the cover. So I decided to get it, and again, I don't really know anything about this movie. I haven't heard too much about it either, so this is definitely a blind buy to the max, because I just grabbed this off the shelf, and I'm hoping it's really good. If you've seen it, let me know what you think of it. That way I can kind of set my expectations for it, but I just love that cover. I just really love the colors and also the composition of it. So I'll definitely do a review if I can, one way or another. So that is Black God, White Devil. Then next, this is a movie that I have seen. It's been a while since I've shown any movies that I bought because I wanted to watch it again. But this is one that I've seen many times throughout school, mostly in my film classes and also a little bit outside, showing my dad it, and also just watching it when I can, just on the, not TV, but on streaming and all that. But this is Double Indemnity. I haven't seen the 4K of this, so I'm sure this looks amazing because the Blu-ray that we watched in school was just amazing. And it's also written by Billy Wilder and directed by Billy Wilder, so really great director there, really great performances. Barbara Stanwyck, I think, is amazing in this movie. But it has been about 3 or 4 years since I've seen this, maybe even pre-COVID. So I'm excited to rewatch this. And the final few movies that I have, this is one that has been on my list for a while, and you can kind of hear the disc sliding around, so I'm really worried about that. But it's Blu-ray, so hopefully I can exchange it if it's messed up, because Criterion is really good about that. But this is the film La Bamba. Another musical movie that I'm really excited to watch because I love like good musicals. And this is one that's always popping up. And I remember when they announced this on Criterion, I got really excited because it's always been on my list, and I wanted to watch it in the best way that I could, with the best audio, especially the audio, but also the best image. So I'm excited to watch this. This is from 1987, so it should be really, really good and bopping. But the last two movies I have here are both from many years ago. This is the 50th release edition, I believe. But this is a Western that has been on a lot of people's minds because they were able to get the original version by Sam Peckinpah from one of his producers, I believe. But this is the film called Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. So this should be a really epic Western because Sam Peckinpah, who I think is a director I need to watch a lot more of because everyone loves him and speaks highly of his movies. So this will be probably the first one that I see by him, but it comes with 3 different cuts of the movie. It comes with the theatrical, of course, the 50th edition, or 50th anniversary edition, that's the second one. And then the final preview cut, which is the cut that the studio took from his hands and basically butchered and did not allow him to have any say in the theatrical edition. And thankfully, he handed off that cut or that print to one of his friends, and he was able to produce it for this release. So I've heard really good things about that cut of the movie, so I'll definitely watch that soon. And I just read on here that it has a soundtrack by Bob Dylan, who is a really great artist, in my opinion. So I'm excited to watch Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Okay, I'm getting a little out of breath here. I'm trying to go fast as well. But this is the final movie that I have. I got the Blu-ray edition of it. Now, I have seen this before. This is not a blind buy. This is one of the funniest movies, in my opinion. I'm not much of a comedy type of guy, but this is definitely one that I really, really enjoy. And it stars Marilyn Monroe, and it's directed by Billy Wilder as well, which I did not mean to do that to get 2 of his movies. But it's from 1959, and it's the film Some Like It Hot. And I know that Kino Lorber did a 4K of it, but this was on the shelf. It was half off, and it was right there. I could just grab it. So I got it. I got the Criterion edition. That's my justification for it. So I'm excited to rewatch this. This is a movie I first watched as a kid, I believe, and I didn't really care too much about it because it was black and white, but I rewatched it in school in my film studies class, and I loved it. So really excited to rewatch it and kind of see what I come away with it. But that's all for today. Let me know what you think of my haul. Let me know what you got in your hauls, so I can kind of see like what people are watching, and I'll provide my opinion or sort of my recommendations on where to start from your list or whatever, and just kind of give my favorites if I have any. So thank you all so much for watching, and please have a great rest of the day.